Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Life is Monica Miller. Welcome back to another vlog, and don't let this face fool you because I'm still a little depressed. They increased my medication, Zoloft, which is the only medication I will share with you guys. I usually don't like sharing my medications of what I'm taking. I like to keep that private to myself, and not just for purposes of people using it against me. If my ex-husband was to ask me what medication I'm on, I would gladly tell him, because he has the right to know, you know, because especially if I'm gonna be around the kids, he has the right to know what medication I'm taking. So, and I wouldn't take any medication that's gonna impair me from being around the kids. So that's the #1 rule he has, is he doesn't want me around the kids if I'm gonna be under any type of medication that's gonna impair me from being around the kids. So I respect that rule. This is the makeup look. I'm wearing my red t-shirt because it's Valentine's Day. And no, I don't need a man, because I already have a man. His name is Coco, and he's my fuzzy little baby here. And everybody thinks he's getting fatter. I'm like touching him like he's not getting fat. He's just his fur. Like, his winter fur is coming off. And as you can see, like, probably all around me on my shirts, I'd be taking wads of like hair, and I'd be like, oh god. And that's why I take my pants off at night and just sleep with my underwear and shirt. You know, it's just like, I need to find my booty shirts, because when I go to the bathroom, I have to make sure my dad's asleep and then run to the bathroom, you know, stuff like that. But then again, when I was first operated, my dad helped me to the bathroom and pull my underwear and everything down. He didn't see me. He kept his eyes closed, but then I would tell him, open your eyes. You're not putting me on the toilet. You're putting me somewhere else. So he had to open his eyes. He didn't want to see anything. He tried not to. But when you're at that point where you are depending on someone completely to carry you to the bathroom, and like, he didn't have to help me wipe, I did that myself, but like, when you literally depend on someone to carry you to the bathroom, pull your, you know, your chonies down and stuff like that, things can get tricky. And I owe a lot to my dad, because I don't know how the hell he carried me swollen as hell. I wasn't fat or anything, but I was fat from the swollenness. I'm still kind of pungy because of the swollenness. And my self decided to do some TikToks where I was dancing and I collapsed on my sofa, and it didn't feel right. Something in my back didn't feel right. So I called my surgeon. I told him what I did, and he was just yelling at me like, you are not ready to do TikToks, at least not dancing TikToks. And he's like, you're gonna dislocate your artificial disc and you don't want to go through the surgery again. And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, no, I don't. So I'm very frustrated. This is the look I came up with for Valentine's Day. And it was with the Natasha Denona. And no foundation, no powder, no nothing, just concealer, Natasha Denona, Gucci bronzer, no Gucci setting powder because I screwed up. Instead of putting the Gucci setting powder over, I went straight for the Gucci bronzer. And I was like thinking like, I did things so backward today because I'm just so frustrated. Not because it's Valentine's, well it is, but because I can't call my daughter and say happy Valentine's. And that's all I'm gonna say, because when it comes to my kids and my family, I don't talk much about them without their permission. And well, if I don't want to talk about it, I'm pretty much sure her dad doesn't want me to disclose any of the information that's going on. It's private. Right now I'm going through a private ordeal with my kids, and especially one of my daughters. So very, very frustrated. So I just called and told them, tell my daughter I said happy Valentine's Day. I love her very much and I miss her. So I wanted to go visit her this Sunday at home, but they don't have a discharge date as of now. So there's nothing I can do. Well, I guess it's better for her to get all the treatment she can, but I'm just really frustrated. I feel hopeless. It's like, how did I fail so bad in being a parent? And that's what I was prying myself in. I finished my classes. I can now go get 50-50. They were still gonna stay with their dad until I got my health back to 100%. And they were still gonna stay with their dad until I bought a house, and then they can come live with me. Whoever wants to come live with me, whoever wants to stay with their daddy can stay with their daddy. And it's to the point where we don't need the courts to discuss this. Me and their dad are mature enough. We have a good parenting relationship to where we can discuss it ourselves, and we don't need the courts to make the decision for us. We can make the decision ourselves, you know. But it's to the point right now where I need to get better mentally and physically before I take on that challenge. And that's why I keep telling my ex-husband, like, I just want 50-50, but they're still gonna stay with you. And he even threw that in my face. And it's like, you don't have to hurt me by throwing it in my face. I know what I said and I mean it. You know, I mean it, because like my therapist said, if I can't be 100% healthy and mentally wise, then I can't take on that challenge. My dad has told me the same thing. So right now I'm working on my health and on my mental stability, because this with my daughter has thrown me for a loop. And I was mentally stable, but what got me mentally unstable was the surgery. This surgery, sorry guys, I know this is disgusting. This surgery has really been hard on me. And my brother doesn't believe me. I don't know if my ex-husband, I think he kind of knows. He's done his research on the surgery I had. So I think he kind of knows that it's been a little bit hard on me. So, and I tried driving yesterday for the first time, and it was hard. It was hard, you know. And I only drove around the corner to 7-Eleven. My dad even told me, go to 7-Eleven, it's just around the corner. And he had me tracking on his phone where I was at the whole time, so he knew where I was at the whole time and how long it was taking me and everything, and where I was and how long I was in 7-Eleven and when I took off and everything. So he had me tracking me and everything. And I went so fast because I didn't want to miss the Super Bowl. So, you know, I was just grabbing munchies left and right, random stuff, like just random stuff. And I just grabbed one Starbucks for me, grab me some hot Cheetos, which I'm munching down on with the soda, you know, because it's my comfort food. And I'm like, I'm frustrated. I don't want to take any of my other medications. I don't want to, you know, participate in recreational 420 because it's just not something I do as much as I did before. And even when my dad comes home and does it, I sometimes, when I'm really depressed and frustrated, I don't want to. And he's like, "Oh, calm you down." And it's like, no, I don't want to. So, and I feel bad because when he used to come home, it was something we would do together and bond. But now it's like, I don't want to do it. I'm okay, baby. I'm okay. Yeah, he gets right away on full alert when I cry. When I was arguing with my ex-husband, I had a very bad seizure. And I'm not blaming my ex-husband because he didn't provoke it. He didn't say, "Monica, cry." He didn't make me cry. He didn't do nothing. So I'm not blaming him. It's my fault because I couldn't control my emotions. And I was just so angry at the situation that was going on. I wasn't angry at him. And I was just frustrated because I felt hopeless. So I was crying so hard that I gave myself the strongest seizure that I've ever had since 2019. And I don't even know how long I was seizing. And when my dad walked in, he told me that he just dropped all of the food and everything on the table and came and was slapping me as hard as he could. But when he saw that I was blue, he knew he had to call 911 because he first texted my brother, who's a paramedic, and he's like, "Do CPR and call 911. So he put me on the floor, and he didn't let my head fall on the floor. He put a pillow so I would land on the pillow, my upper back. And it's not my upper back you're supposed to protect, it's my lower back, Dad. So, and then he started doing CPR and blowing air into me. And when they came, they opened my air. What happened is, with this seizure, I clamp my teeth shut and I wasn't letting air come in or out. And they had to use a special thing they have to they dislocated my jaw. They opened it and they had to intubate me, and then they had to, you know, force air and do CPR, and then I took a breath in, and they located my jaw back, and then they got a heartbeat. And I didn't want to go to the hospital, but my dad's like, "No, I'm staying over her, take her." So I didn't come out till 3 in the morning. They amped my Topamax and Dilantin. They didn't want to amp my Keppra because I'm already on 3,000 milligrams a day, so they didn't want to amp that up. So I have an appointment with my neurologist because he is scared that this was too close of a SUDEP. SUDEP is sudden death due to epilepsy, and this was too close to that. And the fact that my dad walked in and not knowing how long I was seizing, and my dog, he said that at first was barking at him, wouldn't get him near until he smacked him, and he still was growling at him. But once my dog saw that he was trying to help me, he kind of backed off. And usually when the paramedics and the sheriffs get here, he usually backs off real quick because he know they mean help. So I just been frustrated today, because usually I say happy Valentine's to all my kids. So I called the hospital and I told them just to tell her, I said happy Valentine's Day and I love her and I miss her and I'm thinking about her. And that's where I'm gonna leave it at. That's where I'm leaving it at. I'm not talking about her no more. It's just my frustration. My ex-husband told me once he'll always be there for me. I always been there for him. Through the good, through the bad. But I understand he has his problems. He can't always be there for me. Which is why I don't hold a grudge against him. It just hurts. But it's like he can't always be there for me. You know, he has his own problems. So that's why I worry about him too. And I want to ask him, how's he doing? How's he handling the situation? What can I do to help him? You know, what can I do to help him feel better? Or what can I do to ease the situation on him? Because he tends to take on the situations all by himself, and then he sucks up all the stress and frustration and depression on. He bottles it up, and then he blows up, and he sometimes blows up on me, which it hurts me, it kills me, but I let it happen because he needs an outlet, and if I'm his outlet, then fuck it, I'll be his punching bag. That's how much I care for him, because he's the father of my children, and I worry about him. And right now I told him, instead of fighting, we need to join forces and handle this together, not be against each other. Do this together. So he doesn't have all of the load, I don't have all of the load. We do this together and help our child get through this together. And I know you guys are probably wondering, like, what's wrong with your child? What's, you know, but it's just something I can't talk about unless I also have his permission. So that's why I told him I was gonna vlog about my frustration, and that's it. I wasn't gonna say anything he can use against me or anything incriminating. So, but I called him because I needed someone to talk to, but he doesn't pick up my phone calls. I didn't know I had to talk through the parent app to schedule a phone call with him. You know, I don't know what he's so scared of right now. I know he messed up in the beginning because he didn't take it seriously, but I'm not going to use the text messages I have against him, because I realize instead of hurting my partner, my co-parent partner, we should stick together and help our child, not hurt each other. So to prove to him that I wasn't going to hurt him, I deleted those messages, because if he's pressed on the message, you get options, and I hit delete. So there is no way I can change my mind and go back and be like, oh well, I'm gonna use them. Nope, there is no way, because I deleted them. So I can't change my mind and go back and be like, well, I'm gonna use them against you. No, because that's not the type of person I am no more. I went to anger management for 2 years and it changed me completely. I went to domestic violence for a year. You know, I went to parenting. I learned how to parent my child. And domestic violence, I learned how to speak to my partner. And anger management, I learned how to speak to people. So, and how to interact, how to forgive. And he's hurt me so much and made me so miserable using the kids against me. But I forgive him. I forgive him completely, because I'm nobody to judge. God is watching. And I had dreams with my mom and my sister. And my neighbor who died, who was 2 years younger than me, came. and visit me and told me to keep my head up. Things will get better. His name was Junior. I woke up crying when he came and visited me in my dreams and told me that. Because that was the reassurance I needed. That was the reassurance I needed. Because my mom and my sister were coming in my dreams, but they weren't giving me no reassurance. They were just making sure I was okay. But he gave me reassurance. He told me to keep my head up. He was like, come on home, girl. Keep your head up. Everything's gonna be fine. He was just smiling. And then we started talking about other stuff that I don't remember. Because after that, when we were talking, it went mute. So I couldn't hear us talking. But I can see us just sitting there by my house where I used to live talking. So maybe everything is gonna get better. Thank God for this Tom Ford concealer emotional proof, because if not, my makeup would have been so messed up. So I'm just so frustrated because of the court order. I can't talk to Caitlin, sorry, my daughter, and I respect that, but I don't want to talk to her because she doesn't want to talk to her parents, so I respect that as well. But I do want to talk to her nurses at least and see how she's doing. So I called today and told them, you know, say I love you and happy Valentine's Day. And I'm pretty much sure they're going to be doing some arts and crafts or something today for Valentine's. And I'm just going to be staying home. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like going out. I know a friend wanted to take me out, but I'm just not in the mood. I didn't get ready for him. I did it so I can just do TikToks and vlog, but I guess I'm gonna leave it here. I feel better now. It's just the frustration. I haven't even taken my nap, which is at 12, and it's 4:22 past 4:20. So it's just hard. Going through this is hard. So I don't wish this on my worst enemy. I love my kids so much, and they're the reason I'm here. They're the reason I keep fighting through these surgeries, through these pains, through wearing these ridiculous back braces on top of my clothes. It looks like I'm wearing freaking garter belts and like I'm trying to get a waist when I already have a waist. But like I was saying, when I put these belts on, it like cinches my body, and it's like, no, I'm not doing it for that. It's for my back. I don't have any belts on right now, so my back is killing me, especially because I was dancing and I didn't take an ibuprofen in the morning, so I have enough soda right now to take an ibuprofen right now. So I'm gonna have to refill my ibuprofens because Tylenol 1,000 milligrams, if I take 2, is 2,000 milligrams. It doesn't really help. Ibuprofen helps more. It just sucks that me and my ex-husband have to go through this. especially him more that he has the kids. It's like he gets no break because he still has the other 3. Well, my son Jake's a teenager and he has a girlfriend, so he can go to his girlfriend's house, but he still has the other 2, the oldest of my daughters and then the youngest, so he still has no break. I, on the other hand, can just cry it all out, pull my hair out, scream, but he doesn't have that option. So I just don't know what to do. I'm sitting down just thinking. That's all I do is think. So hopefully tomorrow morning my dad takes me to family court and I can start the paperwork process. And it's in Lancaster. We live in the freaking end of Palmdale. So, but it's okay. I already got all my paperwork certificates ready to go. I can't even believe I did anger management for 2 years. It was like, whoa. Took me 2 years to finish because things would go wrong. I would stop and then I would go back, and then none of things would go wrong. I would stop and then I would go back, and you know, but I was going not every week, once every other week. So, and then I finally buckled down, stopped smoking 420, and dedicated myself to my classes. And I said, I'm doing it for my kids, because my kids were like, we want to go with you, we want to go with you. Social worker spoke to my dad and he told him, yeah, we can take them in, we can make it work. There's families with 7 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment, so he's like, we can make it work, we'll take them in, you know. So all my dirty clothes is out of my bags, because when I was barely operated, I had to look for clothes because I couldn't make it to the bathroom until my dad bought me diapers. He should have thought of that before, but we didn't until he's like, should I buy you diapers? And I was like, yeah. And I spent the first month and a half sleeping in the living room because it was easy to get off from the sofa to go use the bathroom and to get off from my bed, because my bed is so squishy, you sit and you sink in. So trying to get off with all the pain, it wasn't working. And then my walker wasn't working to help me get out of bed, so it's just been crazy. So I decided to do my makeup for Valentine's Day. My dad always tries to make me feel special for Valentine's Day, especially right now when I'm going through. He'll buy me flowers. I really hope he doesn't buy me flowers this Valentine's Day. He's gonna make me cry because everything that I'm going through. So, out of all my brothers, only my oldest brother said Happy Valentine's Day. And I gotta say it back. So my other brother, he's too miserable with his wife mom. He probably doesn't even think about Valentine's Day. He's probably thinking what the hell he can get her something simple so she can shut up. You know, my brother's going through hell with her, so. But that's all I'm gonna say. I can't put his business out there because he's gonna freaking call me and be like, what the hell? You're putting my business out there. So I can't do that to him. Because if not, he'll drive down here and kick my ass. He's already warned me and told me. He's like, you don't live too far. 60 minutes ain't nothing to drive down there and kick your ass. And I'm like, you can't, my back. He's like, well, you'll get it fixed again. Go through another surgery. I'm like, I will swear to God, squeeze your balls through the whole thing. And don't forget, they put me to sleep. So I'll make sure they're nice and squeezed and tight. So... So we have a dirty mind and dirty sense of humor. So that's just me and my brothers, you know. We all get together. It's just one nasty, dirty mind cesspool. So, and then tomorrow my brother Chris is gonna take me out finally for my birthday dinner. So he told me to remind him. So I reminded him today. I'm like, don't forget our plans for tomorrow. So, because even if he's off today, can you imagine every restaurant's gonna be so packed for Valentine's Day? We'd rather just go tomorrow. And our dad's off tomorrow too, so we can go as a family. And no, I'm not gonna drink. I usually order a cocktail, but with the medication I'm taking and the fact that they up my Zoloft, which is my depression medication. I thought my Duloxetine was my depression medication, but I guess it is, along with Zoloft to help it. So today was the first day I didn't wake up crying because I guess the Zoloft is working. And I have an appointment with my psychiatrist in 2 weeks to see how I'm doing. Because I called and I'm like, I can't do this. I cannot be waking up crying, feeling the way I'm feeling. I'm like, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't do this. So, and that's why I'm like, this is crazy, you know? It sucks feeling depressed. It really does. You feel lonely. You feel like you can't talk to nobody because nobody's gonna understand how you feel. And I tried talking to my brother, and everything is an excuse to him, and he doesn't understand where I'm coming from, how I feel. And that's why I rather call the suicide hotline number, because it's not just for suicide, it's an emotional support line too. So they first, you know, ask you if you're suicidal, and it's like, no, I'm calling for emotional support. So they're like, okay. So they switch over to someone else, and it's just like, the only support I have is my brother Chris, my older brother, and my dad, and my little sister Jessie. So, and my cousin Sylvia. So I do have a good support system, but when I call them and need them, they're not there. That's the problem. Well, now that I let it out, I feel very lightheaded. I'm getting hot, like if I'm gonna pass out. I don't know why. I've taken my medication, I've eaten, I drank soda, so my sugar should be fine. I think I'm just gonna cut the vlog here because I don't want to pass out in front of the vlog. I've had seizures while vlogging, and I left them in there so you guys can see, but that was my old channel. In my new channel, I haven't gotten seizures until The one from yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, it was yesterday I think, and it was not fun because they're just poking you everywhere, and wherever they can find a vein, they're gonna put an IV. So I had 2 IVs, one in each arm, and I usually don't like no needles in my left arm. They're all in my right arm, but this time I had one in each, and when they took out the IV on my left arm, it hurt. So I'm left arm dominant when it comes to driving because I'm driving with one hand, but when it comes to everything else, needle wise and everything, hey, I'm right hand dominant. So that's how when they're gonna take out blood, hey, this bitch pops out. So, and they always find good veins in my right arm. They never find them in my left arm. That's why I always tell them, look at my right arm. But I am getting hotter, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, it would mean the world to me. And thank you so much for listening, and all I ask is to pray for me and my family. It's much needed. I've been praying for me and my family a lot, every day. Been begging my sister and my mom to help us because they're up in heaven. Have my sister's ashes here, and I've been holding it and praying a lot to her to please help me and my daughter, my family. So I need to take some type of nap, because if I don't, I'm not gonna be myself when my dad comes. So I'm gonna edit this vlog and let it out today, so I'll do that. Meanwhile, I almost fall asleep. So I love you guys so much. You guys make me feel so much better. You guys make me feel real good after I get off the vlog. Like, I can't say how much you guys make me feel. I feel like I can pour my heart out and soul to you guys, and no matter if people use it against me or not, it's just liberating to know that I have you guys to talk to. And you know, it's not easy dealing with depression and frustration and anxiety, and you know, it's something I have to go through every day, dealing with it. And there's times where I have flare-ups, and they're called manic episodes. And when I do have manic episodes, it's just hard. It's hard to get in front of the camera and tell you guys what's going on. And that's why when I do, you see me with no makeup looking like crap, but that's what you're gonna get from me, because that's how I'm feeling, like crap. You know, I'm not gonna go ahead and put on a face full of makeup just to look pretty and tell you guys that I'm depressed, or I'm suffering from severe anxiety, or I'm having a flare-up. You know, no, I'm just gonna come on here raw, and this is what you're gonna get. You know, like, this is how I'm feeling, this is why I haven't posted. And you know, right now I'm dealing with a lot, and I am trying my best to stay relevant and to post on here. And if you guys really like this look, I can redo it again in a makeup tutorial. So I kind of used the Natasha Denona palette differently. I didn't really follow the palette almost. I follow the transition color and the smoke, but for the eyelid I did the highlighter for my entire eyelid. So that's what I did, and then I did the highlighter on my cheeks and my nose and up the bridge of my nose. So I love you guys. Like I said, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, join the Life as Monica Miller family, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.